Live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you live from beautiful Europe. I hope everybody has a good week so far and is staying healthy and strong. Students, in this class, we are looking at the IELTS speaking section, specifically focusing on part 1 questions and strategy on how to start strong, making sure that you get those maximum band scores. Hi, Violet Newen. Hi, Flower Sun. Good to see our regular students and welcome new students. Hi, Awaz. Nice to see our members in the class. Michael Fan. Hope you're having a good day. Students, these lessons are presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS perfection, visit us there and join our premium package. And for general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. Now, I will show you these websites really quickly and a feature, which is a free speaking feature on the website. So I'm just going to darken up our screen for 1 minute so you can see this clearly. So this is our academic IELTS website here with the blue background. And you click that big red button to join the premium package. When you do that, you can log in through your My Student account. As soon as you log in, you will have a tour of the website, and then you have all of these goodies here, computer-based practice exams, and these are all original materials, of course, over 100 hours of lesson videos in HD, of course, and then lots and lots of other goodies. And off to the right here, you have the student partner speaking. This is absolutely free. You can use this in the free account also. How many of our viewers are using this speaking function of the website? So you open that up, you accept the terms so that you can speak with others, and then you see there's already people in here. Abhishek is in here. There's an Awaz in here that you can connect to. And you could right now text, video chat, or audio chat with Awaz. And of course, the website includes questions as well that open up in another window, places, people, where you can choose these practice speaking questions. So make sure you use that. Ranveer says, I'm using it. Kyber says, I use it. Awaz says, I found a speaking partner there. Fantastic. Super happy to hear that. Okay. So the General IELTS website has the same. If you're a General IELTS student, you can click that big red button to join. Of course, the speaking part of the IELTS exam is the same for academic and general. So the two websites actually connect with each other for speaking partners. And later this summer, your applications will also connect to this speaking function as well. So look forward to that. That's going to be super cool. Of course, our applications are academic IELTS help, links with your aehelp.com account, and general IELTS help, which links with your GIELTS help account. Okay. So far, you're right on time. We're starting right now. We're just getting into it. I was showing everybody a really good feature for practicing speaking on our websites. Again, students, this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat as much as possible. Okay? All right. So here we go. Students, let's get into it. If you have questions, you can send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. And the schedule is on our YouTube channel for these live classes. We're kicking this week off today, and we're going until the 9th, Saturday. Usually classes are Wednesday to Saturday. And today, of course, again, speaking part 1. Tomorrow, speaking part 2, task 2 writing for members, and then a reading class for everyone. All right, so students, here we have our speaking, and for the speaking, we will start practicing in just a moment. In order to start strong, okay, just a couple of quick points. Very, very important, okay? So, important. All right. To start strong in the speaking section interview, you must show fluency right away. And let's separate these into two clear points here. So you must show fluency right away, and you must show originality. Do not seem memorized or using template answers. Let's use a little better English here. Give memorized responses or using template answers. You can't get high marks with that, okay? The examiners know when somebody is just practicing saying the same sentence over and over again, and then they're not being original, okay? So make sure that to start strong, so you get those high band scores, 7 and more, show fluency right away, okay? And make sure to show originality. So be yourself. It's a very important part of getting high band scores, okay? So that's just a couple of tips to begin with. I'm just increasing font size here. So let's practice that with a couple of questions. Let's include the very first questions into class today. What is your full name? Give me a nice response for this one. What is your full name? I'm going to do the same, then we'll check and compare. So, all right, this is what I wrote. Repeat after me. What is your full name? My full name is Peter Simmons. Please just call me by my nickname, Pete. All right. And again, nice and fluent with that. Be confident, okay? Show right away that you can be fluent. Funny Ginting says, hello, my name is Tiffany Ginting, but my friends and family usually call me Tiff, so please just do the same. Please just do the same. Fabrian says, my name's Fabrian Chin. You can call me Feb. All right, nice. Peya Basak says, my full name is Peya Basak, but you can call me Peya, which is my given name. Peya, say, please just call me by my given name, Peya. It's a little bit more natural. Of course, you want to sound natural as well, students, especially for these first few questions, okay? All right. Varinder Multani says, my given name is Varinder Kaur, and my family name is Niti. You can address me by my family name, Niti. Okay. Yeah, if you're a Mrs. or a Mr., maybe you might say, please refer to me as Mr. Niti. Or if you're a doctor, you might say, please refer to me as Dr. Niti. Okay. That's fine. All right. Good. So far, so good. Let's go to the next question. Students, I will look at different people's responses for different questions. So keep practicing, keep writing, and make sure to speak, of course, nice and loud, okay? So repeat and speak. Enunciate. Practice your enunciation. Fabrian's asking a question. It's a good question. Fabrian's asking, can I use the words gonna and wanna instead of going to and want to? Absolutely. Okay. It's a little bit colloquial, but it's not bad. A lot of students are not sure about this and they think they're going to lose marks. It's not true. We often use these words as native speakers as well. So wanna meaning want to, and gonna meaning going to, are okay to use in the exam. These will not cost you band scores, okay? They are a natural part of daily language use, okay? Which is okay. So it's okay to do that. It's natural language. There's a lot of confusion. Some people think it's too colloquial. It's not true. I've spoken to many of my friends who are examiners, and they're like, no, we don't take marks for that unless you use them incorrectly. Okay? All right. So next question, this is always at the beginning. May I see your identification? Vanita Rishi says, yes, sure. Here's my passport, which I used to register for this exam. Please have a look. Careful near the end there, Vanita. Okay. Makta Korbani says, sure, here's my passport, which I used to register for the exam. Please take a look. Richard Rodriguez, photography, says, sure. Richard, fluency, right? Show that fluency. Sure, here you go. This is my passport. Please take a look. Sammy, our member, says, yeah, sure, let me dig out my passport from my pocket, which I used to register for the exam. Please have a look. Very nice, Sammy. I like how you remembered that expression, to dig it out of your pocket. Dr. Krishna says, certainly, here's my passport that I used for my identification documents. Let me try that one more time, Dr. Krishna. Certainly, here's my passport that I use as my identification document, and I used it for this exam also. Present tense, if you're using it constantly or generally. Okay. Richard, retrying. Yes, sure. Here you are. Okay, not bad, Richard. A little bit more fluent. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Fluency right away. Show fluency, show natural language right away. Yes, of course. Here is my national ID card that I used for registration. Please have a look and confirm my identity, because that's actually what they're doing. So here's a kind of a different than usual way to finish. Don't be smug, which means, don't be too cynical. But you can say this in a nice, polite way. So just repeat after me. May I see your identification? Yes, of course. Here's my national ID card that I used for registration. Please have a look and confirm my identity. Okay? Because that's what they're doing, and it's okay. Shows that you're familiar with the process and you've prepared for the exam. All right. And then the examiner will give back your ID in most cases. If not, remember to take it at the end. And then the examiner will say, okay, now I will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you and some questions on a general topic for part one. Where is your hometown? Because, of course, many students will travel to another place to take their exam. So don't be surprised by this question, even if you live in the same city. Where is your hometown? Make sure that you have a good response lined up for this as well. Okay. Roshni Kunte says, my hometown is in Nagpur, India, which is exactly located on the Indian peninsula, and most people also call it as the second capital of Maharashtra. Okay. Charlie says, I'm from Burdwan, which is a small town around 80 kilometers away from the capital city, Kolkata, of West Bengal. Not only is Burdwan situated beside the banks of the Damodar River, but it is also one of the prettiest places in the country. Okay, Charlie, good. I like it. Careful with your grammar. Shirojidin says, my hometown, Termiz, is located in the southern part of Uzbekistan. In addition, it is the main city of the Surkhandarya region. It is the largest city, Shirojidin, I think is what you're trying to say. It's the largest city or largest metropolitan area. Okay. All right. Maksud says, my hometown is vibrant, cosmopolitan Tashkent, which is the capital of Uzbekistan. Okay. All right, good. Let's say that your hometown is where your exam center is. So you would say something like, I live right here in the heart of Budapest, which of course is the capital city of Europe, and situated on the two banks of the famous Danube River. Fluency. Show fluency. Give details. Repeat after me. Where is your hometown? I live right here in the heart of Budapest, which of course is the capital city of Europe and situated on the two banks of the famous Danube River. Buda on one side and Pest on the other, if you must know. Buda on one side and Pest on the other. Yeah, so it's divided into these two regions, and the two together are called Budapest. And of course, 7 or 8 famous bridges cross the two sides and join these two together. All right, students. Follow-up question. The examiner is looking for fluency and coherence right away. What do you like about it? Meaning, what do you like about your hometown? Okay, what do you like about it? What do you like about your hometown? So, Natalie, what do you like about Kemerovo, the mining center of Russia? What do you like about it? Nighaim Un from Vietnam says, Hanoi is an extremely dynamite city with delicious food and attractive tourist destinations. It is becoming more economically developed as well. Most importantly, I was brought up in Hanoi, so it has a lot of sentimental value. It's close to my heart. Right, Nighaim? Good. Students, make sure that you're using accurate adjectives when you're qualifying your nouns. So nice food, Nighaim, is okay, but it's much better to say delicious food. Okay, so use accurate word choice. Ranveer Singh says, the most beautiful aspect of my hometown are the public parks and lots of children playing football in the evening time and people doing exercise. My city is full of vibrant, healthy, and energetic people. Very good, Ranveer. Ranveer, don't use the word thing in your speaking. Always choose a better noun. Okay? Murasa says, well, I like the transportation system in my hometown. The government has provided metro buses, and individuals can easily arrive to their destination in just a few minutes for 20 rupees. This makes moving around convenient and allows people to access all of the wonderful sights and sounds of the city. Good, Murasa. Good. All right. Let's see one more. Masiha, fellow traveler, says, although I'm living in a pretty small city, it really gives me a sense of relaxation and also being away from the noise and bustle of big cities. So I like that it's calm and relaxing, okay? Always on the positive side. Well, Budapest has incredible history and heritage. There are incredible buildings to visit, such as the Parliament and the Basilica. However, if I had to choose, I would say that it's the Turkish baths which I enjoy the most, for rejuvenation after a tough day at the office. All right. Parliament with an I and rejuvenation. Rejuvenation. All right. There we go. So, repeat after me. What do you like about it? Well, Budapest has incredible history and heritage. There are incredible buildings. Let's not repeat words. So to get those high band scores, you want to avoid word repetition and you want to avoid saying the word things. So one more time. Well, Budapest has incredible history and heritage. There are amazing buildings to visit, such as the Parliament and the Basilica. However, if I had to choose, I would say that it's the Turkish baths, which I enjoy the most for rejuvenation after a tough day at the office. All right, again, give details, explanations, sound original, be fluent. Okay, that's how you get into those high band scores. And now, the examiner, after getting you to relax a little bit, that's the goal of these first few questions, is to get you to just relax, feel at home, be calm, remind yourself to be fluent, to be natural, to be original, give answers, explanations, smooth examples, okay? And then the examiner will say, okay, let's talk about parties. How often do you go to a party? Now, of course, this question is asking for adverbs of frequency. How often? Always, sometimes, never, rarely. And numbers. Once a month, 5 times a week. Okay? So, let's see what you come up with. Kevin Bowie says, I don't hit parties a lot as I can't stand the deafening music and the fact that people tend to go overboard with booze and other addictive substances really puts me off. So I'd say about once a month. Hey, Kevin, I guess you're still quite young at my age. Once a month is even frequent, but that's great. Okay, it's a good answer. Elena Mori says, I consider myself a party animal. I go to a party every so often. Last week, I attended my friend John's housewarming party. Elena, very good. Of course, I know that because of the COVID-19, even party animals and partygoers are a little bit more tied to their couch and their homes. But yeah, so let's move past that and just express yourself. Express yourself. All right. Khyber Maman says, I always go to parties. Whenever somebody, whether my relatives or family friends, arrange a party, I'm there because I like to spend a good time with people. Last week, my brother had arranged a dinner, which I was also invited to, and I sat there and had a good conversation for 3 hours. Okay, Khyber, very good. The end is a little bit off. Yeah, a couple of natural expressions that you can use. Notice what some of your peers are using. So a party animal is it a person who loves to party. Okay, and goes often to parties. So very good, Elena, for sharing that. Okay, another one that's used by Kevin is hit parties. That's also an expression, to go to parties. To hit parties, go from one party to another. Another one that we use is what's called a party goer. It's a person who often goes to parties, of course, party goer. All right. And then, of course, there's also another expression called a party crasher, and that's a person who goes to parties uninvited. I'll teach you that one as well. Okay, party crasher, a person who goes to parties uninvited. Right. Sometimes people will even say wedding crashers for those who go uninvited to wedding parties. All right, let's see some other answers here. Beck John says, since my exam is nearing, I rarely frequent parties. I'd say about once a month. Also, I don't really like the party scene. Just last month, and I went to a party and it was really dull. Yeah, party scene is another good expression to know for parties, meaning the trend of partying. Okay, there's a lot of vocabulary there for you. Pooja says, well, I'm not a party animal, but I don't abstain from attending family parties and connecting with my distant cousins. Like last month, we had a get-together followed by a party. We had a reunion, Pooja is better, followed by a party. And it's instead of far cousins, Pooja, distant cousins, distant cousins. Okay, good. All right. Well, although I enjoy parties quite a bit, I seldom go to them these days since I'm busy with my family and work. I'd say I go to a party about once every 3 months. The last one I remember is my friend Mike's 40th birthday party. All right. So here we go again, sounding natural, fluent, answer, explanation, example. Not necessarily in that order, but usually in that order. Especially in the beginning when you start off, I definitely do recommend going in the order of answer, example, then answer, explanation, then example. So in the beginning, you should go in that order, okay? Answer, explanation, example. Then you can mix it up a bit and go example, explanation, or explanation, answer, example. Try different ways. Here is my answer. Well, although I enjoy parties quite a bit, I seldom go to them these days since I'm busy with my family and work. I'd say I go to a party about once every 3 months. The last one I remember is my friend Mike's 40th birthday party back in November. Okay, would be a nice natural way to finish that, back in November. All right, notice what I'm doing here. So immediately I'm showing a complex sentence, although I enjoy parties quite a bit. So it's a complex sentence. Quite a bit is a nice natural expression. I seldom go to them these days. So I answer the question. In that first line, I have a very clear answer, seldom. Seldom matches with the how often question, okay? And then I continue with my complex sentence, since I'm busy. Of course, in speaking, I'm using contractions. I'm busy with family and work. What am I doing here? This is my explanation. I'm busy with my family and work. Continuing with my contractions, I'd say I go to a party about once every 3 months. So here I'm giving a very clear quantitative measure, numbers, to the idea of seldom, because seldom is what? Some of you said once a month. Once a month for me would be more frequent, okay, or often even. It depends on your age and your style and your culture, right? Some cultures party a lot. Some cultures party less. Some age groups party a lot. Some age groups party less. The last one I remember is my friend Mike's 40th birthday party back in November. So again, not for example or not for instance, but just clearly stating a party that I went to as the example, right? Now again, speak and repeat, students. Next question. And this one's kind of fun for sure. I'm curious what you'll come up with for this. Where is a fun place to have a party? Okay, where's a fun place to have a party? Vanita Rishi says, actually, in my hometown, there are several party venues. However, I enjoy most of all the parties at the Chill Thrill restaurant, since it caters to the needs of customers well. Okay, Vanita, a few corrections in real time to make that sound a bit more natural. That's at 31 minutes, so you can come back and check that later. Okay. Shaikh Faisal says, I would say that there is friends and relatives, there would be fun, whereas with a big room, considering mammoth speakers and small tables with a colorful light and candles and elated people. Okay, a little bit awkward, Shaikh. I'll be honest with you here. I'm thinking more of a specific place, like my house or the park near my home or a dance club or a bowling alley. More of a specific concept than describing what's required for a fun party. Okay. Ranveer Singh says, very big hall is the best place to organize a party for lots of fun moments. For people to do fun activities there. Like what, Ranveer? What can you do in a large hall? Dancing, for example, right? So be more specific. Be more specific. Pooja says, I believe house parties are the best. It's all about inviting my friends and having a little chat followed by lots of drinks and fun. In fact, you always have an option to crash on the bed or the couch if you're not able to make it home. Okay, Pooja. Nice explanation. I like it. House parties, another nice, good collocation, right, Pooja? House parties. Yeah, absolutely. House parties are loads of fun. They're common in some cultures, not so common in other cultures. Richard Rodriguez says, I think a good place would be at the Coco Bongo or at a good restaurant where I go with my parents, but usually we have the best parties at my home. Okay, Richard, you're kind of jumping around, so it's better to just stay with one and explain it. Coco Bongo, that sounds like a fun place. Why is it so good? What's so special about it? Does it serve drinks, food, have a dance floor, maybe a billiard table, darts? So what's available there for the party? Okay. All right. Saswati says, I think restaurants and halls, large halls, are the perfect place for parties. They are not only spacious, but also quite decorative. Yeah, okay. I like how you're using a collaborative or correlative conjunction, Saswati, the not only, but also. All right. Here we go. Okay, where's a fun place to have a party? I think the best place to have a shindig, there's a nice synonym for party. It's a shindig. I think the best place to have a shindig is a restaurant with a dance floor. Both because they serve good food, lots of drinks, and because you do not need to. Yeah, let's change you to and because the attendees do not need to clean up after it's all done. The place I would recommend in Budapest is boat 42. All right. So here we go. Where is a fun place to have a party? I think the best place to have a shindig is a restaurant with a dance floor, both because they serve good food, lots of drinks, and because the attendees do not need to clean up after it's all done. The place I would recommend in Budapest is boat 42. All right. So again, answer, explain, example. Thank you for the suggestion of the correlative conjunction, right? So not only, but also. Be very visual. Try to paraphrase. So shindig, use different words as much as possible. All right, let's jump back to a previous question here. I'm just going to rearrange this a little bit. Thank you, Elena, for reminding me to address that question. Here is the next question. Which is your favorite kind of party? So give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Which is your favorite kind of party? All right, so house party, wedding party, family party, anniversary party, birthday party, lots of parties out there. Think of one. Please don't try to think of your most honest answer during the IELTS. Just come up with one quickly. Okay. Yeah, Bekjan, a gig could be used synonymously with party in some contexts. Yeah. Natalie Nikiforova for the previous says, in the summer, the best place to have a party is the countryside house. It's a perfect location for a barbecue, loud music, and it's possible to invite loads of people. Natalie, that's a great answer for the previous one. Okay. Kevin Bowie says, I'm into small gatherings with 5 to 6 people. It's cheerful, yet not overwhelming, and as everybody has ample room to mingle with others. I just had some friends over yesterday for brunch, and we enjoyed our quality time cooking and laughing. Very nice, Kevin. So you like small, intimate crowds, Musafir Hoon says, house parties are amazing. I can call my friends, feel comfortable with them, and I can recall the memories and crack some jokes that might not be appropriate in a restaurant or in public, right, Musafir? We're a little bit more confident in house parties, a little bit less worried about public opinion. Hassan Sadiq says, I usually like casual parties. Of course, open and spacious areas are the best place to party, like on a field, loaded with lots of activities such as build a bonfire and have a potluck party. Yeah, Hassan, potluck party is when everybody brings some food. Potluck party, yeah, that's a good one, Hassan. I'll use an example answer for that. Okay, that's a good one. Good word, for sure. Erkin Saliev says, I personally prefer close friends parties and cafes, as I really enjoy meeting with friends. Just recently we had one that was tons of fun. Erkin, try not to repeat yourself, right? Okay, my favorite kind of party. The parties I like most are potlucks with my close friends and family, because everyone gets to share good food, which they can be proud of, and it's not overwhelmingly loud and crazy. Perhaps the one that comes to mind at the moment is previous Thanksgiving. Okay. So, potluck parties, that's a nice vocabulary and cultural exchange there. Potluck parties are when everybody cooks something. Usually a list gets sent out so people aren't bringing the same dish. Somebody brings dessert, somebody brings appetizer, somebody makes soup. Another person, often the host or the person having the party, is the one that makes the main food, like the turkey during Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's a good one. Repeat after me. Which is your favorite kind of party? The parties I like most are potlucks, which with my close friends and family, because everyone gets to share good food, which they can be proud of, and it's not overwhelmingly loud and crazy. Perhaps the one that comes to mind at the moment is previous Thanksgiving. Although I must say, I'm sure there are some pretty crazy family Thanksgiving parties in the US and Canada as well. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Next question. Who do you usually invite to your parties? So who do you usually invite to your parties? Again, pay attention to usually. That's always fishing for that adverb of manner. Okay? Always think of your explanation as well. All right? And keep going, students. I'll try to catch different students at different times. Rushdie says, to all of my parties, both my parents and relatives are invited, as well my friends. Who are sometimes party crashers, but they are strongly bonded with me, and as a result, the parties go well with conversation. Okay, Roshni, good. A little bit of adjusting. Elena says, I mainly throw two types of parties at my home. One is very personal kind of parties, like with family and friends, for occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, as I mentioned earlier. The others are more general for colleagues and even strangers coming off the street. Right, Elena? I can't see the other part of it, Elena, but it looks good. Okay, it looks good. I like, again, your use of natural English there. Throw parties. It's another way to say host parties. When a person throws a party, it's usually a larger party. It's usually a little bit more on the crazy side or on the wild side. That's throwing a party. High school teenagers throw big parties. Okay? All right. It's a nice expression. Thank you for sharing that. Here we go. Couple more. Amira Sadek says, actually, I prefer family parties since we can make some unforgettable memories together, just as our gathering every month in order to celebrate a relative's birthday or a family member's birthday. Okay, Amira. Good. And Bui says, to be honest, I usually invite my relatives and I don't have many friends, so I just invite my best friends to the party. I like the intimate social sphere and I like getting into deep conversations. Good. Ruru says, I usually invite people close to me, my friends and family, because I like hanging out with those people. I know them well and I can be myself. Very good. All right. Excellent. Most of the time, I invite my close friends and family to the parties that I throw, just because that way everyone feels both comfortable with each other and can be themselves. This is exactly what I did last June for my daughter's 3rd birthday party. Okay, good. All right, repeat after me. Who do you usually invite to your parties? Most of the time, I invite my close friends and family to the parties that I throw, just because that way everyone feels both comfortable with each other and can be themselves. This is exactly what I did last June for my daughter's 3rd birthday celebration. Now, some more unusual questions, and these start to pop up at the end of part 1 speaking in the IELTS exam. Here we go. Have you ever been to a party in another city? If yes, where? That's a good question. Give me a nice full sentence answer. Again, answer, explain, example. Notice the use of present perfect. Okay, you have to reflect present perfect. Marios GR says, yes, I have joined a party in Malakasa, about 40 kilometers from my hometown, to enjoy my favorite band, which is Prodigy. Very good, Marios. I like it. I like how you use the present perfect. You were specific. When was it? Okay. Last year, a couple years back. So remember, details. Bump up those scores. Show lots of fluency. Elena says, yeah, certainly I have been to a party in another city. Last month, my ex-colleague John invited me to his housewarming party in Seattle. I took a flight that day before his invitation to reach Seattle. The end of that is a little bit confusing, Elena. It sounds like you're a telepath. You knew the party was going to happen before they knew it was going to happen. Charlie Sen says, yes, definitely. I remember in 2016 when I was in Jamshedpur, which is approximately 400 kilometers from my city. I attended a wedding party there. Actually, it was my friend's wedding, so I had to go. Charlie, not bad. Use the present perfect, okay? Use the present perfect. 3 or tree says, well, I haven't had a chance to partake in any parties in other nations, but I wish to join one if possible in order to know about their customs and culture. Tree, this one is another city, not another nation. So be careful here, okay? Be careful. Janardana Sharma says, it was not in a city, but I have attended a party on a cruise. It was my birthday party thrown by my best friend. It was an amazing party with lots of interesting games. Okay, good. That works. You have to be careful, though, if you answer off question. But in this case, it works because you start with, well, not in another city, but I have attended a party on a cruise away from my hometown. In that case, I would mention that as well. So show the present perfect very quickly. Yes, I have. I've been. When you have present perfect, it's a really good idea to even double reflect the present perfect. Yes, I have. I've been to parties in several cities around the world. I often go to celebrations in Vancouver, which is a short ferry ride from my hometown of Victoria. One of the biggest bashes I had the privilege to attend there was the closing ceremony for the 2010 Winter Olympics. All right. Here we go. Repeat after me. Have you ever been to a party in another city? If yes, where? Yes, I have. I've been to parties in several cities around the world. I often go to celebrations in Vancouver, which is a short ferry ride from my hometown of Victoria. One of the biggest bashes I had the privilege to attend there was the closing ceremony for the 2010 Winter Olympics. All right. Students, one more question. I'll leave this one for you to try at home on your own or with your speaking partner at aehelp.com or glshelp.com. Remember, you can speak to other students for free, and you can find lots more speaking questions on those websites. The challenge question of the day: if you could host a big celebration for any reason, what would you do? What kind of a party would you throw? I'll leave you that one for homework. You can send me the recording as an MP3. I'll gladly let you know what level response you gave. Tomorrow, task 2 start for members and reading for everyone. Make sure to attend those classes as well. If you have questions, Adrian at aehelp.com. Again, for those of you who want to improve and increase your band scores quickly and effectively, check out our premium package at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and glshelp.com for general. You're very welcome, Hassan. A great job, everyone. I love how so many of you had such wonderful vocabulary for the topic of partying. That's fantastic. I hope you have a safe, healthy, and happy rest of your day. Much love to all of you from Budapest. Bye for now.